Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture.
And I'm Andy Murray from WhatCulture.
Go on, you can do it today.
This is the news.
No, actually, welcome to the Newso Penitentiary.
Wow.
Our first news story today
Wow.
concerns the Usos. And we might not get to do that for much longer, and probably never again, to be honest, because the Usos, according to PW Insider, might be leaving WWE when their contract expires at the end of April.
That's very soon, very sudden, is it not?
And it's like, out of all the people who've threatened to leave because they feel they've not been pushed correctly, like, they've been doing brilliantly. Yes, they've not had the title for a while, but even so, they've just been having stellar matches. I always say, could watch them in the New Day fight week in, week out. So it could be a real shame that, because they're phenomenally talented. But although, having said that, because they're so talented, there will not be a short list of people wanting to sign them up.
No, this would absolutely suck from a WWE standpoint. I believe it was Fightful who originally reported that there is a concern within WWE that they're going to be gone. And of course, PW Insider provided the date. I think that I can see why the Usos might consider it, because while they always do really well in the ring and they have their 3 or 4 banger matches a year and they get their featured spotlight every now and then, WWE don't exactly promote tag team wrestling the strongest, whereas AEW have come out publicly and said, yeah, this is going to be like our thing, we're going to have a great tag division. And the Usos, make no mistake, are a great tag team. I think one of the best WWE tag teams ever. When you look at their body of work and how far back it stretches, all those great matches with the Shield and the Wyatt family years ago when they were doing that stupid dancing gimmick, play hard in the paint, wherever that was. But it's interesting, I think they'd be a big loss. I think they'd be a bigger loss than the Revival, to be honest.
I'd say so. Do you think this is any way related to the fact that they always want that big WrestleMania moment and they haven't really been given it yet, and this is maybe them putting a bit of pressure on WWE?
Potentially. I mean, the best thing about AEW emerging is that it has given the wrestlers increased leverage in the labour market. They could now, because this competition exists that didn't exist for, what, almost 20 years when after WCW went out of date? They went out of business, stupid idiot. They can now go into the negotiations saying, look, they're going to offer us this, you're going to have to up your offer, and more than that, you're going to have to promise us a bigger push, you're going to have to give us this, you're going to have to give us that, or we're going to bugger off to the competition. It's very exciting, and I definitely think that might be a big part of it. Maybe they'll be the ones to end the Miz and Mac reign of error at WrestleMania 35 if they re-sign.
Well, that's not going to happen because the Miz is facing Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania.
Yeah, well, I'm going to win that pasty bet. So, another couple of contract updates for you today. It's contract season, all kinds of mental stuff is going on. Couple of big names are in the news today. AJ Styles, our good friend, the man who
Can't put the belt on the bin.
you cannot put the belt in the bin, and neither can you smoke it. He has not been confused by Gillette adverts. He has been confused by contract negotiations. As we saw the other day, he was like, "What? What do you mean? I haven't signed a new deal. What are you talking about?" He posted that on Twitter amid reports that he had signed a new deal. Well, the new report today, per PW Insider, is that he is locked into negotiations with WWE. His deal expires in April, like the Usos. They're said to be at an advanced stage, and WWE have made a major offer. Very understandable. It's AJ bloody Styles. I mean, we kind of sit here and take the piss a little bit, but you know, he's probably at worst the second best wrestler in the company. Of course they want to keep hold of him. Of course AEW or New Japan would try and get hold of him. The second wrestler is Dolph Ziggler, whose relationship with WWE is said to be continuing. Again, no massive surprise there, but it does feel like Dolph's future kind of comes into the news every 5 months or so.
Yeah, I'm slightly concerned for Dolph. It's going to become like the boy who cried wolf when he actually does go, all right, guys, I'm actually leaving WWE now. Everyone's like, nah, you'll be back at the Rumble.
Yeah.
Nope. And then he just disappears. But good. I mean, good for him. I say this all the time, and I don't want to wish injury on anyone. I do think it'd be best for Dolph not to leave the WWE. Just go away for 6 months, a year. Make me miss you. I think we've tried the little short term, I'm off forever. But you think about the match he had with The Miz, where he was threatening to retire, and all the excitement around that. There's no buzz around him at the moment. I feel like a bit of time away from WWE. Not saying that he has to leave. Send him off to not send him down to NXT, but send him to train some people in NXT and help out
Absolutely.
there. Then bring him back up to the main roster with a new gimmick, and I think he could do.
Give him a break.
things.
Let him do his bad stand-up comic routine on somewhere for 6 months, and then bring him back.
I'd love to see that. Right, an injury update for you next. Sasha Banks, this is according to the Wrestling Observer, is suffering from an injury. She obviously worked on Monday Night Raw, but she didn't actually tag into the ring. She was attacked before the tag team qualification match for the Elimination Chamber. It was her and Bayley versus who wants to play with Nikki Cross and Alicia Fox.
Cultural appropriation.
The Scottish tag team. There we go. That's why she was attacked before the match, because she wasn't cleared to wrestle. She was injured, but I think by all accounts they're just playing it safe here, and she should be fine by Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, they're taking it kind of risky there, aren't they? Because what if she isn't fine by Elimination Chamber? I mean, Sasha and Bayley are obviously the favourites to win that match. I don't personally think they should win that match.
I don't think they will.
I think the two heels should win it, whether that's Nia Jax and Tamina or the Riot Squad or someone.
Or the Iconics, obviously.
Or the bloody Iconics.
Bloody Iconic.
They're very good. And then when you get to WrestleMania, you can have the baby faces take the belts. So even if she is injured and doesn't make the pay-per-view, I don't think this is any kind of grand disaster. You could even have Bayley go into that match without a partner and just have her show heart and spirit in defeat, and then come back and use that as a storyline for WrestleMania 35. I've just fantasy booked myself into a shoot. That's definitely not going to happen, but yeah, it sounds like Sasha was hurt at Elimination Chamber. No surprises there. That match with Ronda Rousey, I loved it. But it was
Royal Rumble, sorry.
Royal Rumble, sorry.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said Elimination Chamber.
Idiot.
But yes,
moron.
yeah, no, it was a stellar match, and I'm fine having her having a few weeks off, getting into the ring. If she's good enough for Elimination Chamber, or as you said, as long as she's fine for WrestleMania, that's the bigger picture.
Absolutely, absolutely. And another story, obviously, because it's the news. What else would we do apart from tell stories? Lucha Underground. What do you reckon of Lucha Underground? Big fan? Big fan?
I like the clips that I've seen. I remember before we had Angelico in Defiant Wrestling, I saw a clip of him just leaping off something.
Off the top of the office. Crazy stuff. I mean, I kind of gave up on it at the point where they literally fed someone to a monster in a cage. But, it has its niche. It has its audience. However,
it's in a lot of trouble, isn't it?
It's kind of in some trouble. Their business practices have come under a lot of scrutiny over the past few years, particularly with regards to their contracts. They are famous for having these really restrictive deals that prevent their talent from working in certain other places until every contracted season has made air. Now, the problem with this is that they tape so far in advance and nobody even knows if they're going to have a fifth season at this stage, that they're essentially holding wrestlers hostage, and that's not my words, that was Evilise on Twitter a few months ago. So we've seen this with Ricochet. His WWE signing was held up by his Lucha Underground deal. He was Prince Puma over there, of course. There are other ones as well, but it has now reached kind of a breaking point because one of their top stars, King Cuerno, who wrestles in Mexico as El Hijo del Fantasma, is actually suing the company for this. So basically, there's all kinds of complicated legal details. It's published on Pro Wrestling Sheet by Ryan Satin, and basically the gist of it is his Lucha Underground contract is only guaranteeing him less than $4,000 per year. Now, he could obviously, if it wasn't for this deal, he could go elsewhere, he could make more money, he could be signed to a bigger contract, and he claims that this deal has restricted him from signing at least one major contract, and it has resulted in a major loss of earnings, and he is now suing for damages. There are a number of other wrestlers involved with this as well. Joey Ryan is one, Cobra Moon is another. So, troubled times for Lucha Underground.
Yeah, it probably sounds like it'd be best for everyone if they just sort of cancel the contract, get themselves in order, and then organise the shoot if they are going to have a season 5.
Yeah, 100%.
Right, let's move on to your Twitter questions. Don't forget you can tweet them at us at WhatCultureWWE. Some really good ones today, actually. Another question from Rick Master Flex, our favourite name on Twitter.
Slick Rick.
He says, with the way SmackDown is going, there seems to be a clear main event call that harks back to the early Heyman SmackDown days. So who do you think could be the new SmackDown 6?
Wow.
Should we do half and half here?
Let's do half and half. I've never even thought of the SmackDown main event scene like that, but it's a really good take. Wow, okay, so we're talking work rate, guys, from my perspective. So, Daniel Bryan.
Absolutely.
Obvious one. Let's go Andrade. You do it better.
Andrade.
That'll do. And let's go with Little Mo. Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, he's coming on leaps and bounds. Fantastic. I'm going to go with Rey Mysterio still can go, still so good in his feud with Andrade has proved that. I'm going to go for Samoa Joe as well.
Okay.
I think Samoa Joe, whilst he's not in the same ilk as the other guys we've mentioned there, he's a brilliant monster, and we've seen how good he is on the mic.
Oh, the promos.
He's so good. And finally, my sixth member for our SmackDown 6 is actually going to be, looking forward, post-WrestleMania, Finn Bálor.
Okay. Not AJ Styles?
I think for me, you have the old
AJ
switcheroo.
Styles.
I think AJ Styles has to go to Raw because he's kind of done everything he can on SmackDown. And I think a switcheroo with Finn Bálor and bringing Finn Bálor in there for a main event title challenge would be fantastic. And then even if that doesn't come about, a feud against the likes of Andrade would be brilliant.
Yeah.
I think they make
I'm all in on that
a
idea,
very,
by the way.
very good SmackDown 6. Dan Garner says, my kids love wrestling and are 10. Hello
Mine
to Dan
too.
Garner's kids. Do you think AEW will be as kid-friendly as WWE?
Ooh, no. No, I do not. I don't think it'll be like a mad, crazy 18 plus out of control combat zone wrestling thing, but I do think they will push boundaries. They've signed Jimmy Havoc.
Yeah, that was the big thing.
I don't think they will be properly sex and violence like WWE was in the Attitude Era. I don't think that will go over in a modern TV environment, and I also think that the fact that they're looking for a big level TV deal will tone it down a bit, but I think you'll see things like riskier matches, hardcore wrestling, Joey Janela's there for God's sake, Jimmy Havoc as we already discussed.
Penis druids.
Penis druids, swearing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you watch Being the Elite, it's probably a good thing. They give you a good gauge as to what to expect. They filmed a meeting between Billy Gunn and Hangman Page this week, in which Billy Gunn told Hangman Page that he can't just wear his gear everywhere because he's fat. We're going to get stuff like that. Hangman Page obviously isn't fat, but you know.
Yeah, I think there'll be a little bit of effing and jeffing, and I think there will be a pushing of the boundaries. I reckon basically the Garner children, don't get them to watch AEW now. Show them it when they hit like their 13th birthday, and they will love it.
Or you watch it first, and then fast forward through the naughty bits.
Indeed.
That's what I do with my kids.
Now, the final question today comes from Noah Grutel-Hoyt. Hope I got your name right there.
Good, strong name.
Yeah, he says, if you could change 3 things about the WWE that you think would fix the most issues and bring back the spark we all used to experience, what 3 things would you change? They can be realistic or totally bonkers.
Oh, man.
Hashtag, this is the news.
Hey. Okay, so what 3 things would you change? Big picture topics, 50-50 booking, doesn't create stars, it's destructive, it makes everyone look like a dweeb. Scripted promos, again, makes everyone look like a dweeb. These guys can do it themselves. Samoa Joe proves that, Becky Lynch proves that. Number 3, the presence of Kane.
The presence of
Kane.
What 3 things would I change?
Get Kane in the bin.
I was going to say, my 3 things would be 50-50 booking, bring back blading, and...
Blading?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And pyro. Just pyro. You don't even need 3, just 1, just pyro, and put those, what is it? Is it 4D? Is it 4D? The effects that they use on the crap shows? Yeah, the virtual reality stuff. Take that, all that. Yeah, augmented reality, that is it. Take that, put it in the bin, because anyone, yeah, he's in there. Anyone who's there at the show doesn't get to see it, and it's crap. I never went, oh good, a big Brock Lesnar sword head thing. Just give me 3 pyros, I don't care.
Like, if you're going to do a Brock Lesnar thing, why is it always a sword? Why not like the penis tattoo on his chest?
You said it, not me. Let's move on to today's and finally, and I promised that we weren't going to get into a deep hole of action figures, but it looks like that's happened.
Action figure culture.
By the way, if you'd like to send us any of these crap action figures, I'd love to have them on this shelf over here, because we've got some, quite good ones. We've got every version, every iteration of Mick Foley down there.
We've got Hulk Hogan here with his head up Big John Studd's arse.
So if you want to add to our collection, you can send it to us. Care of Adam Wilborn at WhatCulture. The address is on the website if you want to send to us. But for now, a lot of people sending me crap action figures after the one we saw yesterday. This one today comes from Kenny Hensley. It's a Bayley action figure made in the same ilk as the one we saw yesterday.
Oh, I can't wait to see this hairline.
There she is.
What?
We had receding Seth Rollins yesterday, and I don't know what this Bayley is.
Oh no!
As we said with Rollins yesterday, it looks like her facial features have been drawn on by a Sharpie.
It looks like someone's pulled her ponytail thing so far back that her face is just gone.
Yeah,
wow.
More of that, please.
Why are there no good apart? These are pretty good, but how are there no?
What's that hole
Why
for?
is there a hole in Hulk Hogan's?
Don't ask questions you don't know the answer to. But let us know your thoughts on that and all of today's news stories in the comment section below. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And you can tweet your terrible action figures to us on Twitter, along with your Twitter questions at WhatCulture WWE. You can also follow Andy Murray at
Andy H. Murray.
You can follow our lovely editor Adam Nicholas at It's Adam Nicholas. You can follow me at Adam Wilburn. As I said, you can follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. And make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on either iTunes or Spotify for daily podcasts. My thanks to Andy Murray. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.
Bye. Biscuit meeting.
Biscuit meeting.